Hello everyone, welcome back to Blender and Film. Today I've got a little kind of an odd tutorial, but I figured out a way to, if anybody's ever seen or used After Effects, you know there's a pen tool which you can basically just cut out a piece of footage. I figured out how to do that in Blender. I didn't think I would be able to, but I figured it out. So here's how you do it. You need to open up a new scene in Blender, and this is what you'll see when you open it up. And then go up to the top here, choose Screen Layout, go to Compositing. And what we're going to do, I'm just going to set this up like I like it. Change this to Movie Clip Editor. And up here at the Node Editor, we're going to choose Use Nodes and Backdrop. Now down here at the Movie Clip Editor, we're going to open, import our footage, and we don't need this render layer, so we can hit X to delete that, Shift A to add, input a movie clip, and then we'll just click on Browse Movie Clip to be linked. This is ones that we've already imported. We don't need to import it again. We just click on that, and then we're going to duplicate this. And then down here at the Movie Clip Editor, we'll scrub through till we find a place where it's in focus. And we're going to take this little section of pipe that's cut off, and we're going to make that look like it's not cut off, if that makes sense. So down here where it says Tracking, click on that and go to Mask. And then give it a new mask, and we'll just call this Pipe. And then add a new mask layer, and then hit Control left mouse button, and that adds a new point, and just keep doing that until you find the outline of your object that you're working with. Let's move this over right there, and then Blender does that sometimes. If you get too close, it'll go real wonky. Alright, and just keep following the outline until you've got the shape you want. And then, oh, what in the world? Alright, now a quick tip, hit Alt and C, and that closes it. Now what we want to do is we're going to hit A to deselect all, and then hit A again to select all, and then hit the G key, and that grabs them. And we'll just drag this onto the section of pipe right here, and then this is going to be what the mask is seeing, and then we're going to move it over in our node editor. So right now, another thing we need to add, Shift A, is the mask. So then we've got our mask. Now we click on this icon here, Browse Mask to be linked, just like we did with our movie clip. Select Pipe. Now we need to add an alpha over node. So hit Shift A, and alpha over, we go to Color, Alpha Over. Alright, so now that we've got these, there's one more that we need to import or add so that we can get the desired effect, and then the rest is just linking it all up. But we need to add a keying node, so hit Shift A, go down to Matte, select Keying. Alright, now what we need to do is change this image to black and the key color to black, and then take this keying and then move it to the middle, or the top image in the alpha over. Take the mask and input that into the factor, and this bottom movie clip, take the image and put that into the bottom one. And we'll just move this over for ease of workspace. Okay, now this has combined it all, and it's keyed out everything in the mask So I'll explain it. This mask is the factor for what the alpha over. It's keying out this image, and then the mask is that factor. So everything outside of this mask is being keyed out, or basically it's like taking some scissors and then cutting it out. Alright, so now we need to add a transform node so that we can move it. So hit Shift A, go to Distort, Transform, and this is going to allow us to move it around as if you were doing in After Effects or something else. In After Effects you would just click and drag, but Blender is node based. So we can't see anything at the moment. So what do we need to do? Well, we hit Shift A, Output, and Viewer, and this will allow us to see what we're doing. So now we add this, and we can see up here this little bit of pipe, but we can't see anything else. Well, that's because this movie clip is not connected. So what we need to do is add another alpha over node, Shift A, color, alpha over, and we need to drag these two. Nope, this one goes on top. Nope, stop, do it. There you go. Alright, now I'm going to hit V, the V key, and this will zoom out, as I told you in the last tutorial. Or you can use right here this zoom, but V and Alt V, as I showed you in the last one, are an easy shortcut. So now that we've got these all mixed together, we can't see any difference. Well, that's because it's in the same place as it should be. But if we use the transform X and Y, you can kind of see there's a little bit of a disturbance right there. Well, why isn't it as big as it needs to be? Well, that's because why it does this I don't know, but down here at the resolution, we need to change this all to way 100. So now if we move it around, you can see it's much bigger. And if we move it all the way over on the X, we need to go on the negative X for this one, you can see we've moved it over. Now this doesn't look quite right, so we'll use the Y on the plus value. And there, that kind of looks right, but you can still see the black edge. So what we're going to do, down here at the mask, we're going to hit Shift and left click, and then drag it out, and that feathers it. So basically just a kind of a small fall off. And then we'll just scale this up a little bit more and bring it down on the Y. So it kind of looks right. And that kind of looks okay, but you can still see it there. So let's change the angle. And move that over. And the Y, bring it up. And then over on the X. So as you can see, we've now taken this section of pipe from this to this, and it looks like it's not cut. You can kind of see it, but this is just a real quick job just to show you how to do it. You can make it look better by adding some feathering, making it a little bit more precise. But as it is, this is your basic setup here. You box select this and move that over. So if you didn't catch how it all works, we've got all our movie clips and mask and everything. Take the mask, you outline it, and then just move it over to a section of pipe that you want. Take your shape that you want, and then move it to a place where you want the footage to move over. If that makes sense. But that then goes into the alpha over, but we also have the keying, which goes in, and the keying is over the original footage. Now the original footage is under, and that causes that causes it to key out this movie clip, except for the mask, which we plug into the factor. So everything around the mask will be cut out, just basically like cutting it out with scissors. And then the transform, this is just to move it around. Then the alpha over to combine the two. And then, if we render this now, hit F12, can't see anything. Why is that? Well, hit escape to go back. This is only plugging into our viewer. This is the composite node which we need. This is the final render. Plug it into here, and this is what you will see. Or this is what will be rendered. This is just showing you what can be rendered. This is what actually will be rendered. So what we need to do is drag this into here, or just for a shortcut, if you start off before, you can hit shift and left click and drag over the node line, and that creates kind of a split, and then you can move that around. But it's easier to see, like now if I were to delete this alpha over, I've still got this here, and I don't have to keep going into 2. And I'll just bring this alpha over back, and nope, I don't know why it does that. It grabs the node when grabs another node when I'm trying to move the node line. But yeah, this just breaks it off into 2 different ones, so you don't have to worry about bringing it into one, bringing it into the other. Because I had that problem before, and I would render it, and I would realize, oh, I never plugged it into the composite, and then I had to do it all over again. And that happened quite a lot, so just doing this was easier for me, and I hope it helps you. But anyway, so this is how you do the pen masking tool from After Effects. This is how you do that same effect in Blender. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it helped you. So this footage is turned into this. That's basically the effect. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a great day.